Okay, so I'm back to the beginning of that mission, and no civilian casualties, got it, so let's have a go at that again. Dance for me! Let's see if I can not die this time. So... could go a different way, I guess. PTO security. Yeah, I could try and shoot this guy. Oh no! Oh. Right. Well, I have to remember that gun shoots loads of people, and I don't want to shoot the civilians. Stupid civilians. Guess you will not be happy with me. Okay. Okay. No civilian casualties, got it. Dance for me. Brah. Right. We'll try it with this gun because it's chip head. That's the security. Ow! Ah! Okay, so I can't. At that distance, it looks like I have to hit several targets. The entire floor of this tenement has been given over to chaos of technology and squalor. Across the room, a chromed-out decker argues loudly with an armed thug, abruptly falling silent when you turn towards you. The shotgun-wielding thug squeaks in panic. "It's the crew that took out Stevie J's place. I told you it was only a matter of time. You messed with the wrong BTL lab, a-hole. This is a Yakuza operation. With a push of a button, I can make these tweakers into my own personal killer puppets. You're fragged. Trollop, don't attack any of the chip heads. They don't know what they're doing, and you could hurt Gino. No civilian casualties, got it. I have a concussion grenade, better than fragging the tweakers if they get caught in the middle. Okay, dance for me. Tricky. Okay. I'm just gonna go and like it could. Let's take this one out. Yes, that one's gone down straight away. It's a chip head. Is there any full cover you can get her into? It doesn't look like. Oh, yeah, get her into full cover. So, no one's been hit so far, which is good. They're coming to get us. The shaman is looks nasty. There's a mage. That's a bodyguard and a shaman. So I'm fairly tempted to actually just run over there and deal with them. What's Paco got? Okay, he's got a stun. A heal. It's a chip head. No, not all that. Hurt. When can she get over to that's useful? Yeah, she did 12 max damage to him, that's good. Hit him again, 12? Yeah. Paco could really do with some better. Okay, what's the range of the stun grenades? Because oh no, you can't use them now. Okay, well we'll end the go then. Or we could move them somewhere. Okay, we could move them over here. That's good. Oh, I think she's... Oh, I'm getting shot there. That mage is summoning some... Oh no, he's healing himself. Oh! He's picking up her. Okay, that has summoned something. I want to get rid of that. Oh, but also the shaman's putting himself into a vulnerable position. Now switch my guns, because fortunately I have a lot of them. Ooh, or I can just wail on them. Wasn't great. She's getting hit. Didn't realise what character I'd selected. Oh, but that one's vulnerable. Bodyguard's just sitting there. Missed. Paco could use one of his packs to heal her. Seems like that was what he's most useful for. Also run over there and just smack the leg to her head. Oh. He's eating damage. Does seem to have brought out. Oh. Might have to get him back under cover. Okay. Out of ammo, but I'm hit by anything, so just hit it. Let's reload. And shoot him. deal with this Yakuza mage. Oh, apparently you can deal with that. It's quite hard to hit, isn't it? Ah, hey. Shoot him. Ah, can't hit him. Stupid mage. I don't like you. I'm just gonna cut you up. There you go. Deal with that, mate. I'm now hitting the Yakuza Decker. Get to that better than life computer. Right. Oh, is that it? Right, I can either use decking, which I don't have, to gently wind down the puppets, or I can forcibly end the BTLs. And since I don't have deckings, I have to forcibly end the BTLs. Gino! Those poor tweakers. Oh, and I didn't let any chipheads die. That's Gino. Oh, Gino. You reject the better-than-life Gino's been riding. He gasps suddenly and his eyes flutter open. He looks confused, worse than the other chipheads you've seen. His lips are white and chapped. His eyes sunk into his head. There's vomit on his shirt and sweat on his forehead. When he speaks, his words are slurred. He's burnt. Well, it's nice that they put him right at the back, so if you are killing your way through chipheads, you're really kind of unlikely to kill them. What? What the hell? Who slotted me out? Who fragging slotted me out? Coyote is shaking. She looks horrified. Gino, it's me. It's Carla. Gino looks at her with glazed eyes. No recognition. Slot me back in, goddammit. This is bullshit. I don't want to be here anymore. Slot me back in. He looks around the room angrily. His hand reaches for his implant. Coyote grabs his wrist, stops him. Gino, no. Coyote, be careful. Gino wrenches his wrist from Coyote's grasp and he staggers back, reaches under his shirt and pulls out a gun. Coyote watches him, horrified. With tears in her eyes, Gino waves it around, blinking wildly. Back off. Just back the hell off. Take it easy, Gino. We're backing off. He presses his hands to the sides of his head, his fingers still on the trigger, squints. What the hell is wrong with you people? We're trying to help you. This is the way you help me? Look at this place. Look at me. He looks around the squalor of the room and glimpses at his own reflection in the machinery. Oh God, look at me. Those chips aren't reality, Gino. Come with us. It's real to me. It smells it. Touch it. I can smell it. Touch it. I can fragging taste it. I was a god in there. King. I was a king. Can you imagine it? He looks around the room, sees the squalor, the bodies, then he glimpses his own pitiful reflection in the machinery. No, 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 no. Coyote shouts something, but it's too late. Gino jams the gun into the data deck and pulls the trigger. There's a pop, barely a gunshot, and he's gone. I'm sorry, Carla. I'm so sorry. Cody looks at you, tears in her eyes. I'm not stopping. Not now. Not ever. She looks at Paco, then back at you. A real rain is coming to Seattle, and it's not going to wash the scum off the streets. And it is going to wash the scum off the streets. I'm going to burn every mother-fragging BTL shop in the sprawl until they are gone. Every mother-fragging one. Shannon's place is the best lead you've got to find out more about the Ripper. But getting back into the warehouse is going to require some support in case the dreck hits the fan. The Seamstresses Union will have exactly what you need, a fixer, finding the necessary middleman and deal broker is key to most plans involving Shadowrunners. A good fixer is worth the new yen. It's their job to have the contacts and know who's good at what. They'll put together the team you need. Magical support, skilled street samurai for muscle, or Nova Hot Decker for matrix work. Running the Shadows is a life and death gamble. It pays to hire the best Shadowrunners you can. Okie dokie. Oh, hello, Cherry Bomb. She flags you down as you walk through the door. Hey, Trollop, there's a woman looking for you, Jessica something. She's waiting for you by the stage. Bellevue type. Won't order anything, won't touch anything, I'm afraid. I think she's afraid of diseases or something. Thanks, Cherry. No charge, chummer. Why's the bar so empty? We don't get much action this early in the afternoon, just a few salarymen slumming tourist fill and hoping to talk to Madame Sinful and some die-hard regulars. Madame Sinful? That's what the downtown folk call Mrs. Kabuta. It's a touristville thing. They like her to have a naughty name like that. Who's around? I just got in, but I think Coyote's cleaning the back bar. Mr. Delilah is hanging out in his usual place. The vendors downstairs came in a few minutes after me. Oh, and Bartlett's here. Don't think you've met him yet. Bartlett? John Bartlett, big presence at the end of the bar. He's in the biz. Connected, you might want to meet him. Is that guy still bothering you? You mean my ex, Shane? Yeah. No, he hasn't been in since the last time. No calls or pages or handwritten notes either. Weird. He was so persistent. I guess he finally got the message. Maybe he'll find someone at the Universal Brotherhood of his and settle down. I'm gonna have to look around. Have fun! So that's Jessica. I'm very busy. You show me something worth my time, or you walk away. That is the guy that offered the gems to, but apparently I can't offer them to him again. You see, that's annoying. I would still have them, so that is the guy, right? Show me something more, worth my time and walk away, but yeah, it's not got the option. Data from the NTSB, Raku would pay to keep it quiet, and Ares would pay to know what it is. Alright, deal. Bastard. Okay, John Bartlett. Hey lady, what's shaking? What's it to you? It's everything to me, Ome. We could do business. Okay, I'm listening. You ever heard of Nephilim? The Nephilim network? Of course you have. I'm probably saying that wrong. And in the know lady like you has to have heard of the Premier Merc team out there. If you say so. We're a tight unit. We cost a bit more than the common raffle, but we're worth it. Oh. I'm not saying anything more than that. Mr. Delilah, there's a need I think you can fill. Of course you do. That's why you came back. I need to put a crew together. You got scratch, or you planning to pay me out of your earnings? How much is this going to cost me? Well, for your speed hired, help will run you about 1,200 a head. If you start taking on tougher jobs, well, the more experienced runners, the higher the rates. Pay the runners up front. Come see me and we'll talk about putting together a team. Yeah, I can definitely pay them up front. Whether I should spend this. Cool. That's what you gotta say for himself. Good to see you, Trollop. Thanks, big guy. How's everything doing here? Good bit of nervous energy in the place, that's for sure. Word got around about the latest Ripper killing, and people aren't feeling safe. And when people aren't feeling safe, they either go to ground or they huddle up. You notice how empty the streets are these days? That's because everyone's either locked in their squats, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter. House safety in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here. I got it covered. Bet you do. See you later, Mr. Clue. Cody's wiping down the back bar. She doesn't stop when you approach, keeps her eyes on her work. Hey. Gina's death wasn't your fault, you know. Yep, I know. Listen, Trollop, I don't want to talk about what happened with Gina, okay? What's done is done. Gino's dead and I'm alive, and that's all there is to it. It's the Baron's, right? Nothing more to say. Or do. I'm gonna be looking for work. Your kind of work, so if something comes up, keep me in mind. I will. Okay, I gotta do this now. The afternoon checklist isn't gonna finish itself. Right, so she's... I mean, I'll consider her, I won't consider her buddy. I mean, he's rubbish. Hello, Doctor. Dr. Castle says, live to see another day, have you? Just a pit stop, Doc. Night's not over yet. I suppose it's nights like these that ensure I have plenty of work come the morning. Well, then let's talk about how I can help ensure you make it back alive once more. How'd you fall in with this operation anyway, Doc? I suppose you might expect that I had a fall from grace. Certainly, that is the case with many of my peers. If not that, you might think I was compelled to do this because a friend or family member became a Shadowrunner and I hurried to their assistance one fateful night. But the reality is I grew up knowing this is what I would do with my life. My parents were both Shadowrunners and very successful ones at that. So successful that they retired in a very large house and raised a litter of kids who grew up hearing the impossible tales of their parents' younger years. Of course, we were expressly forbidden to follow in their footsteps. We were all expected to attend university and take full advantage of the opportunities they had fought so hard to give us. So Mom and Dad were proud to see me pursuing a medical degree, and they had only minor reservations about me applying that expertise to the treatment of Shadowrunners. After all, they never would have survived long enough to meet and fall in love if it had not been for the ministrations of several street docs along the way. So I suppose you could say I was born into this life after fashion. She picks up her tablet and resumes her work. If there's anything else I can help you with. I'd like to look at your cyberware. Yeah. So, so these are pretty cool. Basically, you spend money and get... So I could get 6 hit points, I could get +3 to hit, and get more armor. I think getting the +3 to hit would be I mean, obviously there. Confirm. Get myself a nice eye. Let's see your medical supplies. I think I have the basic medkits at the moment. Cool, so I should look at myself now. How do I... myself exactly. But anyway, I should have that on. See what you got in stock. So I got a shotgun. Have we got a better shotgun? Clues. I got the best arm already. And talk to this lady. The lady. Okay. Mrs. What? Ms. Watts. Jessica Watts. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world. The opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it is clear that she is well outside her comfort zone. Yes? And you are? Trollop. I'm looking into your brother Sam's death. I was told as much on the phone. A woman who called herself Coyote contacted me this morning to inform me that my brother was dead and that I should come to this place to speak to someone about an investigation. Sam didn't die of natural causes. He was murdered. She briefly casts her eyes skyward and gives a small shake of her head. I wish I could say it was a shock, but given the circles he ran in, Sam hadn't run the shadows in years. If you say, but even so, look at this place, these people, and you. She then furrows her brow, regarding you more critically. You're not with the police, are you? Figured that out all by yourself? She scowls, an ugly expression in an otherwise pretty face. This is just what I'm worried about. Such an attitude could jeopardize any real shot at solving this case. Surely there is an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? Lone Star? Professional? Not the ones I've seen. But you must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my low-life brother. First, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. She seems genuinely surprised. Someone's paying you? I find it hard to believe that anyone who really knew Sam would put up the money. Who is it? Sam. He hired me from beyond the grave. I don't understand. I don't expect you to. It is what it is. Am I to believe that my drunken sort of brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died? Her boardroom mask drops momentarily, and in a sigh she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. I left Seattle to get away from Sam and his bullshit. Now I'm back, he's dead, and I still have to deal with him. Jessica composes herself, and in a breath the mask is back in place. Listen to me, Trollop. You seem like a decent person, but I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam was Sam. You know, I've worked so hard to put my family issues behind me. I don't want to see this drag on. I'd love nothing more than to give you closure, and quickly. I appreciate that, but I think I prefer to just let it be. No one else needs to get hurt. Sam's paying me 100,000. Can you beat it? So just like everything else with Sam, he finds a way to use people, whether he's alive or dead. No, I don't have that kind of money. She sighs. She's done. Never mind. I can see that you are not going to let this go, and I respect you for honouring my brother's memory in your own way. But I hope that you can understand how emotional this is for me. Jessica's demeanour instantly changes from reluctant to helpful in the span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you can do things in a way the police can't, and maybe I can help you. What do you need from me? Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. Excuse me. And again. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. She turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming, refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, and so I moved out. After I left, we drifted further and further apart. I wasn't here when she died. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago. Where were you living before you moved back here? Calfrey. What brought you down here? It was less of what brought me there than what made me leave here. I felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. Did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I developed a whole new outlook on life, a vision for what the world could become, and I came back here to make it happen. When was the last time you saw or spoke to Sam? It's been ages, I can't even remember. The bartender recalls Sam complaining about arguments with his sister. I don't know what to say. Maybe he dwelled on the past when he was in his cups. We certainly argued enough when we were younger. Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know of any others. You would likely know better than me these days. Were you and your brother close? I think I've made my feelings about Sam pretty clear, don't you? Sounds like you hated him. I suppose I came to hate him, yes. It's largely why I left. Show her the picture of her and Sam as children. Jessica looks at the photo from you guardedly, as if it might sting her. Then that guard drops the moment she looks at it. Where did you find this? Sam's bunk. I can't believe he kept this. It's one of the few possessions he had. She studies the old photo for several silent moments. What happened between the two of you? Things were different back then, and we were different. We were a family. Then, after our father died, things began to change, and we couldn't get back to a new normal. With our dad around, there was always a reassuring order to our lives, but after everything got mixed up, You can never really appreciate the importance of a person in your life until they're gone. The remorse plays wet across her eyes. It seems like she's not talking about her father. Jessica steels herself to tell the rest. Sam tried to be the man of the house. He truly did. But he couldn't handle it, and pretty soon he had spent every dime of our father's life insurance. Every dime. After that was gone, with Mom working 2-3 jobs, he spent all her money too. I couldn't stand the way he abused her trust, so finally I just had to leave. She holds the photo forward, one part of her ready to relinquish it along with the past, and another looking to hold onto both. May I keep this? Please do. Thank you. Where were you on the night of Sam's murder? I will overlook the implied accusation and tell you that I was at a fundraiser all evening, a very crowded fundraiser. I've taken up enough of your time, thank you, Miss Watts. Just as well. I need to get back to the office. But before I go, you should know that I'm interring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam's buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. I wouldn't miss it. Goodbye, Trollop. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. Yay, more karma. I'm gonna have the best body ever. I think I might go and put that team together now. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's see him. Okay. Oh, she's all ready. So can I? Oh. Okay, let's add her, and let's add her.
Thank you to my epic patrons who make videos like these possible. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.